Okay, class, hope everybody's doing okay. And I just want to go through and talk to you about our class. And I've got a little headset here. Hopefully, I'm getting good audio here. But MT 6200 leading the organization, one, communication culture and change. And you see there's a little bit of a formatting issue. Sometimes when you take the PowerPoint over to Adobe, it kind of messes things up. But anyway, just want to let you know that I'm excited to have you in the class. Again, another very good class. So this information that you're going to learn here is going to be very beneficial to you. There's no doubt that you'll be able to use it uh, right away. You'll be able to apply the knowledge. So let's go through and talk about some of the course issues and how you can succeed, and also to make sure that you understand that I'm here to help you in any way that I can. So in this learning plan, we talk about various leadership theories, and one of the things about leadership is that it really has changed dramatically over the years. Today, we're looking for folks who can step in and adjust. It used to be the one-way kind of thing where it was top down. You kind of you told people what to do, and if they didn't do it, then they were out the door. Well, that's changed today. It's no longer that up. We don't have that kind of control anymore like we used to, I guess. And not that it was ever good, really, because it was a different time. But today, we're looking for situational leadership as well, where someone can come in there as a leader and make adjustments and also admit mistakes when they're made and then take corrective action. So we're going to talk about and learn about that. But I also welcome the opportunity for you to apply the knowledge as much as possible. In other words, you want to go into your setting, your work setting, and start applying the principles that you're learning here. By doing that, you're going to be far more effective. You're going to get more value and definitely bring more knowledge back to our classroom. So we have learning activities, and the focus is on mastering the knowledge, but it takes time. There is a concept that people are born leaders, and okay, that's fine and dandy, but the fact is that a lot of it is learned. You have to learn the concepts. You have to learn how to apply the knowledge. And by working, staying focused on the discussions, the assignments, you're bound to do well. So let's figure out a way that you can do well. Let's figure out a way that you can excel. And by doing so, then we're all going to benefit. I think this is an opportunity for us to do collaboration, for us to focus and work together to deliver significant value, not only for you, but also for your fellow classmates. Okay, moving on. So the target competency here is evaluate various leadership theories. I'm not going to read all of this to you, but differentiate between different theories, different leadership theories, compare and contrast traits and styles, because there are different traits. There was a time when people thought that you had to be that kind of leader that stood up and started yelling, and you directed people what to do, and they had to, and they thought you were very enthusiastic, so they participated. But the fact is that power is used in many different ways. Sometimes a leader is going to have an expert knowledge. So the fact that that individual is an expert in an area carries significant weight. And we're going to talk about how leadership has changed. Today, we are working in an advanced technological environment where leadership has a different perspective. We still have the way we motivate, the vision, the buy-in, but things have changed significantly in the way that people perceive their role within the organization. So, and the other part is that, many of them are thinking, well, I'm going to be here a year or two and I can find a different place to work. So as a leader, you have to see how you can identify the folks that will stay there for the long haul. At the same time, be prepared to work with human resources to identify new people to come in and step in where there's a gap. So the other thing is we want to, on the synthesis part, illustrate the leader's role in promoting and maintaining organizational teams. We work in teams all the time. It's not just teams that are co-located. Co-located means that we're all in the same office, but that's no longer the case. Even if you're working for the same company, you could be in different offices across the city, across the state, across the nation, and definitely across the world. So some of you are already doing that. Explain the relationship between leadership and maintaining organizational diversity. So we know the value of diversity. The idea that when people bring different concepts, different ideas, and they're trained to think, well, maybe we should question the way things are being done today. And as a leader, we need to be prepared for that and say, that's value. There's value when people say there should be a different way, or there is a different way by which we can excel, by which we do this work. And the leaders that don't have that ego are willing to accept those ideas and concepts. And the roles, we're going to identify the roles and behaviors of ethical leaders. There was a time when you could get away with a lot of stuff. And people still try. People still try today, but it's not going to be easy anymore. The fact is that there are too many, if you want to call them whistleblowers, that's fine, but there are too many checks and balances, not only internally, but also from the government to control what we do. Externally, we know Sarbanes-Oxley. Internally, we have the fraud hotline or whatever. So there are different ways by which we can make sure that everyone is on the up and up. And we should be on the up and up. We should be practicing ethical conduct as much as possible. Okay, a lot of content on this slide, but I just want to reinforce to you a couple of points. What does it mean to become, to be a leader? Individuals can grow as leaders. The idea is that, there was an idea that people could become a leader overnight. And that's not really true, because you have to develop the skills. People have to respect you, and people have to believe in you. And if your people don't believe in you, well, you can claim to be the leader you want, but if people don't trust you, then that gap alone will be significant for you not to progress. There has to be a shared purpose. Sometimes call it the vision. People, your employees should have an understanding of what it means to excel. How, in other words, if I work in accounting and finance, in IT, in operations, in marketing, whatever, I have to know how my work contributes to the overall organization. Think about that for a minute. When you go to meetings, do you ask as a manager, hey, how does your work deliver value to the entire organization? If you're not doing that already, maybe that's a good start, because we should understand how the work that we do for our department, at least incrementally or even minimally, affects the progress for the organization. So your leadership may be expressed in the classroom, at work, in your neighborhood, religious community, or volunteer organization. So look for every opportunity to lead. I mean, it's going to take some work. It's going to take some fortitude for you to step up and say, hey, I can lead. I can do this. Maybe it's a small role to begin with, but whatever it is, take that chance. It's going to bring significant value to you. It's going to make things better for you. Yeah, it's going to get you out of your shell, but that's all part of it. It's all part of it to take that chance. To take the chance to be accountable, to be responsible. Okay, also chapter 2, the traits, behaviors, and relationships. So the traits include self-confidence, honesty, and drive. Self-confidence is so important. You can't lead others until you're confident with yourself. And if you see leaders who lack that self-confidence, then they really can't lead anybody else, because they're only looking over their shoulder, or they're looking for things that people are doing things wrong. And most of the leaders today in your organization, they're very at peace with themselves. They understand that, we're not perfect and we make mistakes. Also, autocratic versus democratic leadership. So autocratic is sort of like a top-down. I'll tell you what to do and you do it. You don't like it, too bad. Democratic is, hey, let's do consensus building. Let's decentralize the way we do work. So you see the value in that, right? Because more people are empowered to act. And when more people are empowered to act, they are accountable. They're more willing to do work and assume the responsibility that comes from that. Also talk about people or task oriented, or whether one could be both. We talk about the spectrum of this, but are you people oriented or task oriented? And the fact is, being both is fine. We have to get the work done, but we have to get it done through people. In project management, I say the goal is for the project manager is to find the right people to do the right work at the right time. Find the right people to do the right work at the right time. Can you do that? If you can do that, you're going to be in pretty good shape. And so this is this idea of getting people assigned, giving them the expectations, and making sure the work gets done. Good stuff, right? Okay, contingency approaches to leadership. Situational variables affect leadership. It could be the culture. It could be the economy. It could be a tough situation at work, like conflict, change in leadership, market saturation, whatever. It could be so many different things. But your job is to adjust. We'll talk about different theorists from Fiedler's contingency, Hershey and Blanchard, and Pascal Vroom-Jago model. So we'll talk about all of these different theories, and it's good to know them. It's good to have an understanding of the models that are available to us to make us better leaders. Maybe not one is perfectly right, but maybe a combination of things that you learn will help you. I believe in this idea of situational leadership, servant leadership. I think that humility is important. The idea that we're not always right, and that we can be empathetic when necessary. Okay, the learning activities. The discussion is leader as hero. So post an example of the leader as hero. Look through recent magazines and newspapers and identify someone who can illustrate the leader as hero mindset and who seems more typical of the humble level 5. So go through that and just kind of, look for that example and look at the differing characteristics. Which leadership style do you find more effective? So pretty self-explanatory, but also on the discussion 1.3 there, traits, talk about the characteristics that are most valuable to a leader in the operational role and the collaborative role. The operational role and the collaborative role. So look for those opportunities to understand not only operational but collaborative. Very good discussion. And then when these are posted, engage in the discussion, get involved, participate as much as possible. Your contributions make a big difference. Okay, the learning plan paper, leadership in APA format, a research paper of at least 1,000 words, which is about 46 pages, describing 3 leadership theories. Make sure to research and describe the 3 leadership theories that exist in the literature. So do some research, look it up. Look at your course materials online, review, do as much as you can to make sure you have a pretty clear understanding of the requirements. And then provide an expanded description of one of the theories above. So take one of the theories and provide more information. Get to know it pretty well. The more you understand it, the better you can apply it. Describe how leadership promotes ethical behavior. So it's ethical behavior is driven by the leadership team. But provide information about that. And this could be part of your expansion part here. And you want to use 4 scholarly or professional sources that augment or support what you've written. It's important in your situation here as a professional student that you're looking for sources. You're looking for ways to improve the content that you provide the reader. Okay, this is pretty much it for the slides. I just want to get to introduce myself. Hopefully that if you have any questions, you can always reach out to me. But just know that I'm really excited about this class. It's going to bring significant value to us, and you're going to be able to apply the knowledge. But you're only going to get out of it what you put into it. And I just want to mention another thing. I know that you already know how important it is, but for any work that you submit, whether it's assignments, discussion, or whatever, make sure the work is original. Okay, it has to be written in your own words. I've noted that it's important that you paraphrase instead of using direct quotes. Now, direct quotes, okay, every now and then. But look, let's be professional students. Let's paraphrase the material. If you have any questions or anything comes up or you don't really understand what I'm talking about, let me know. Originality is important. Now, just from an everyday thing, please stay on top of the assignments. Please submit the work on time. Please participate actively in the discussion board. Do everything you can to deliver value to the class. Your contributions can make a big difference. So the more that we're engaged, the better. And I'm going to be looking forward to reading your comments, looking at your assignments, providing feedback. If you have any questions or anything regarding assignments, grading, just let me know. I promise I'll get back with you and we will discuss them and we will move forward and get you back on the track. All right, just wanted just tell you I'm excited about our class again, and I look forward to seeing you online. All right, bye for now.